You're listening to Not Your Sister podcast.
Yes, we're both redheads.
No, we're not sisters. I'm not your sister, Christine.
And I'm not your sister, Amanda. A lot of people have been asking us where we got our name from, why we named it the way that we named it.
Not your sister. Well, we're here to tell you.
Every single person.
Every single day.
Every single day. Every single person we come across, to the point where it's a phenomenon.
And it's honestly really only been on this trip.
It never has happened. It's happened here and there before. But this trip, it's gone from same red hair to same face. Everyone asks if we're sisters. It's like their first question, too. Not what's your name.
Every single time.
Are you guys sisters?
Yeah, we're like, why? Because we have red hair. And they're like, well, no, like you have like similar faces. We're like, no, we don't, though.
Never have been told that ever.
Never.
Until this trip. Everyone has asked, to the point where when we were at the repair shop
after the brake blowout,
we were talking to the guy that worked on our RV, and a random mechanic comes out from underneath a car, walks over and looks at us and says, "Are you guys sisters?" We said no. He literally did not say anything else and just walked away.
And that's when we knew.
People are that desperate to know.
I mean, it really makes no sense. Like, I can see asking twins. Like, oh my God, you guys are twins, which is so obvious.
Yeah.
But like, just, I don't know. It's the hair thing. And it's always like a phenomenon. Because it's like rare.
We have the same mouth, we've heard.
Same mouth and smile.
But we are not sisters. So we decided to name it Not Your Sister.
And we're no one's sister, actually. We only have sister-in-laws.
So that's where we got the name from.
We're in a place called Eagle Point, Oregon, which is pretty south in Oregon. We just came from Crater Lake National Park, which was pretty epic. And before that, we came from the Umpqua National Forest.
We love Umpqua.
I'm obsessed with Umpqua. I don't even know if we're saying it right, but...
Right now, we're at a harvest host. Just kind of laying low because we've had a big couple of days. Sore to the point where we can't walk without crying.
No, I was limping through Walmart.
It's bad. Yesterday was really bad going downstairs, and we just kept pushing ourselves to do more hikes. So we're laying low today. Before Crater Lake, did two really cool things. That night, we wanted to fit something in, so we decided to check out Umpqua Hot Springs.
That was quite the adventure.
We're all about hot springs, too. If we see a hot springs nearby, you know we're going to be straight there.
Yeah, I think that there's still like a novelty because we don't have them in New York.
Yeah, we're not sick of it.
No, I don't think you could ever really get sick of it, actually.
Really, any hot water, we are more than willing to dip into.
Well, any water, period.
Any water, yes.
The Umpqua Hot Springs are in the middle of the Umpqua National Forest. And you drive down this logging road to find this parking lot. And then you have to walk into where the springs are. And it's like kind of a strenuous walk, but it's super quick because it's really steep and it's super dusty and rocky.
It's probably like 0.3 miles. I would say less than half a mile.
Yeah, it's really a quick hike, but it's like you're climbing on the edge of a cliff, basically.
And it's really steep, yeah.
And then you get there and there's just like a series of hot springs alongside the cliff. There's probably like 10 pools, I would say.
I would say.
And then like if you go down far enough, you can see the river below, but like they're pretty high up.
They are really high up.
They look so perfectly formed and they're so smooth that I like had to come back home and research if they were man-made or not. But
they were
not.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That looked fake. It was so beautiful.
It's a pretty popular place, obviously, because it's in the National Forest and it's a hot spring, so it's a destination for people. So there was a bunch of people there, and we were in a pool, obviously with a bunch of strangers. It's like a phenomenon in a hot tub. Like you always get into the deepest conversations in a hot tub because you have nowhere to go and you're just with all these people, so you just talk.
There was a couple in the same pool as us. There was a few people, but the couple, they were talking about something that they were doing, and they kept referring to it as our birthday. And I eventually, after the third or fourth time, I said, do you guys have the same birthday?
Yeah, because like, well, you know, when we went to Banff for our birthday, we're like, our birthday.
I said, do you guys have the same birthday? Is that why you keep saying our birthday? They're like, yeah, March 18th. Come to find out that the guy, it was the third girl that he had dated with the same birthday as
his
him.
same birthday.
He's just a magnet for March 18thers.
Yeah. And then, so when we said our birthday, obviously we were immediately out of the running for dating him.
Mm-hmm. He literally just immediately saw us as heinous and not
worthy of dating him, apparently. And then, so obviously, when you meet someone, they ask you if you're sisters first. And then
obviously.
Once we got through the initial introductions of not sisters, you say, like, oh, where are you from? Because people pick up on the way we talk, I guess.
He said, where are you guys from? We were like, upstate New York. He's like, where? And as I'm saying Rochester, it's almost like he knew because he's pulling his arm out of the water. I say Rochester. Simultaneously, he points to his arm. He said, this Rochester? He has this huge tattoo on his forearm of the state of New York with the Rochester flower right where Rochester is in New York.
Yes.
Massive tattoo.
That's where he was born and raised. He was like moving away, but he also wanted to get a tattoo at the same time. And the only way that his mom would let him get the tattoo is if she designed it. So she designed this huge tattoo of Rochester, New York. So he never forgot where home was.
Moved away immediately.
Never been back. No, but he does live out here in Oregon now, I do believe.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was a funny little coincidence. He's a magnet for like people, I guess. We didn't have the same birthday as him, but we had the same home.
Yeah, everything about him was just like, there was always some like coincidence almost.
Yeah.
It was like, how could that be? Like
dated 3 people with the same birthday, not just as each other, as him.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden you meet random people across the entire country and they're from the same exact city as you. Because Rochester, I mean...
And it's like he knew. I'm not even kidding. It felt like he read my mind because as I'm saying Rochester, he's pulling his arm out of the water. Imagine if he was wrong and I said something like Albany.
He would have just slowly put it back. Make sure no one saw it.
Or like goes in for an itch.
Hot springs were a huge highlight. And that...
The weirdest thing.
Most terrifying experience of my life.
It literally felt like we were on drugs. That's how confusing and bizarre and scary this was.
I thought I was in a Stephen King remake film.
I thought we were going to die. It seemed like it was a setup.
It looked like a setup. It was terrifying. Mind you, okay, the Umpqua National Forest is vast. There's no service. It's just heavily wooded. There's no civilization anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Miles and miles.
It's at this point we walked back from the spring, so we're driving back.
It's pitch black.
Pitch black. Because you're in the forest, there's no light pollution, nothing. And you're driving down these dirt roads. No one else is anywhere to be seen.
No one. For
miles and hundreds of miles.
We can't stress enough that no one is around.
No, we are literally by ourselves. This is how I first see it. So I don't know the distance. I would say maybe 75 feet away is my estimate. I've got the bright lights on. It's pitch black. All I see is this dark hunchback figure. I was like, is that someone hunched over in the middle of the road? It looked like they were wearing like a cloak. And they were hunched over like...
ready to jump out at us.
Yeah, but they didn't look well.
Yeah.
Like it looked like some type of forest creature.
A fentfold.
They were in a fentfold. No, they were more curled up than a fentfold.
They were in a fetal position.
Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
But like all black figure.
What I saw as we approached it, because Christine said, is that a person?
Yeah, like, what is that?
As we got closer, I started to realize that it looked like an animal. But then it looked like an animal that had a head on the front and the back.
We had a cat dog situation.
I mean, I can't even explain how tripped out I was. As we're approaching this animal with 2 heads, front and back, and 1 body.
We're like, are you serious? We're pulling up on a conjoined animal.
So I take my video camera out, my camcorder, and I turn the flash on, and I started videotaping it to try and zoom in and see a little bit better.
We were, at this point, now we are like actually terrified because we're like, this is some type of forest animal that never comes out is a conjoined and has two heads in one body.
But what was even scarier was one of them was wearing a domestic harness. That's why I was like, that's someone's fucking animal.
Yeah, and upon closer look, it was actually a dog.
2 dogs.
2 dogs.
And we didn't realize until watching the video 700 times later that they were probably mating.
They were definitely mating.
But they were attached.
They were back
at
to
the
back.
genitals.
So from afar, it did look like they only had one body. But
and they were moving. At first,
that was the scary part.
Yeah, the scary part was them moving as one towards our car. I thought someone was gonna like come out, like if someone set it up so that we would get out and be like, "What is going on with?"
Well,
these
yeah,
animals?
like
and
when
then
they
take us.
have like babies on the side of the road and drag them or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
so
my
it's really
first
sad.
thought.
Yeah.
As we got closer,
That's
I realized
why
it was someone's dog.
We just kept going because you're like, what are we?
This is
do?
scary. We don't take in dogs.
We are not dog people. We don't like dogs. We don't care about dogs.
We're not gonna pick up a dog on the side of the
So
road.
I see 2 dogs in pain and in trouble. We're flying by. I've never skid the tires so fast.
No, but on a serious note, that was absolutely terrifying. We watched the video probably 500 times.
I still watch it. It's 3 days later. I can't stop. I'm obsessed with it.
Sending it to everyone. It's in our shared album so our family members can see it.
When we got back, I was like researching how dogs mate.
That was a thought I had as we were leaving. I think I even said it in the video. I think they're having sex because I have a memory of our friend Alicia telling us when her dog ended up mating with another dog, but she didn't know anything about it. And at the time, I didn't know anything about it. So she tried to pull the dogs
which is like
off each other.
Major no-no.
Major.
And they were
yelping and screaming in pain because when the male is inside the female, it swells up until they're done ejaculating.
Yeah, and then they can't separate until it like goes down. It could take up to an hour. It was nuts. And now someone's going home with a pregnant dog and they don't even know it. If they're fixed.
I mean, but again, stressing the point that there was no one around. Where the hell did these dogs even come from?
Right, and are they from the same owner? Do they live together? I don't know.
Is there an intentional breeding situation going on?
Who breeds a dog in the middle of the night in the Umpqua forest?
In the middle of the woods, in the middle of the pitch black night, no one around. And you just let your dogs roam while they're mating?
Well, I've also heard that like dog breeders purposely twist them around like that so they stay in longer because there's a higher chance of like insemination. So did someone set them up like that?
I feel like that's the only other way for them to get like that.
I don't know. The whole thing about it, we'll post the video.
We can post the video on our Instagram.
And just imagine, just picture the scene we sat and pulling up on that is all we got to say about that.
Another thing that we did in the area was Toketee Falls. That was really, really beautiful. A waterfall between petrified trees, which, what's a petrified tree?
Oh, I thought you knew. I've been meaning
to called me petrified the other day.
Well, I don't know exactly the definition of a petrified tree, but I think it's something along the lines of it's like frozen in time or something.
She came up to me yesterday when we were freezing cold at the top of this mountain and said, "Are you petrified?"
And you're like, what, scared? I said, no. Frozen in time.
So she made me feel like she was confident with what that word meant.
No, I don't know. I think they're like stoned or something. They like turn to stone or something crazy.
Yeah. The waterfall, to get to it, when you see it on social media, you think it's just a quick little hike in, less than a mile, and then you go right down to the falls. But that's actually not the case.
The trail is really only to a lookout.
The trail is to a gated off lookout that has no other points of entry except for when you go from the trail.
Yeah, one way and
entry
way.
And
there's no actual trail down to get to the water entrance.
That being said,
well,
when you look over the side of one of the gates, you can see someone had tied ropes to roots of trees in the ground so that you could propel yourself straight down to go down to the waterfall.
A couple 100 feet.
So we hopped that bitch and headed down to the waterfall.
Scaling down rocks.
It really wasn't that bad because we hike with rock scrambles all the time. So I feel like
that was the most vertical, though.
It was definitely the most vertical. I felt safer knowing that the rope was there in case I lost my 3 points of contact. But we just slowly made our way down. There was a couple different points with different ropes, but it was kind of short. It was
pretty short.
Probably 0.2 miles. Then you get down to the waterfall and it opens up to this beautiful place. The water is absolutely freezing.
It is icy, but we had to do a plunge.
Of course. We went down there in literally only our bathing suits.
Yeah, everyone else like bundled up and we're just wearing bathing suits.
People are like, are you guys going swimming? We're like, I don't know. We just brought it in case. We want to dunk anywhere we go.
Yeah, even if it's only a plunge. Because this place was only plunge worthy. There was no adjusting.
There was no adjusting. We've been in some really cold water like Holchuck Lake and Crater Lake, but this was not. It felt like that tingly sensation when your leg falls asleep was your whole body. It was like pins and needles.
But it felt really good.
It felt really good. It was like euphoric when you got out. Serotonin boost.
There was a group of other girls there. And they were all like amping each other up trying to do the plunge. And one went in and then everyone's like, I want to, but I'm scared. And then they were
like, move over, girls.
I was like, I'm up. I fly in and the girl's like, how did you catch your breath so quick?
We're pros. We've been on the road for 2 months. We are professionals.
Professional polar plungers.
At this point.
But people do go into shock, which is really sketchy.
Christine was all freaked out because here's the thing. This is what Christine likes to do. I will tell her something and she kind of just like doesn't really, she'll consider it, but it doesn't really stick. And then later on, when it's a little bit more relevant, someone else will tell her something and she's mind blown. I had told her when we were at the Devil's Punch Bowl that people die when they jump into really cold water due to their body going into shock and then they drown. And she considered it at the time, left her brain. Then
never left.
But we had done many polar plunges since. Then we're at the Tokety Falls. And was it Jake?
No, it was that first couple that were the only ones down there when we got there.
They had told her that someone just recently died at Holchuck Lake because they jumped in.
And I was like, what?
And went into shock. So then the whole rest of the time we're down there, Christine's kind of pacing and being like, well, how do we know when we feel the shock?
Well,
how long after does the shock happen?
Are you if you're going to go into shock or not? I'm sure the guy that died wasn't like, well, if I plunge, I'm going to go into shock and die.
Right. And then she went into the water. She's like, if I were to go into shock, would it have already happened? I'm like, yeah.
You never know. Tokety Falls was really beautiful.
10 out of 10, we recommend it. Don't bring your baby.
No, you're not getting down the mountain with a baby strapped to your butt.
It's a solo trip, one by one person on the rope at a time. But we do recommend it if you're not terrified of heights. The weather in Oregon.
I guess that's Oregon. I feel like every state says that because they say that in Rochester, like, that's Rochester weather for you. It's like, okay, every single place has weather.
Welcome to weather.
So we're at Crater Lake on the Rim, and we're planning on doing this like sunset hike up to this lookout because it's like apparently epic sunsets, best sunset everyone has ever seen, even though they say it about every single place we go. And then all of a sudden it's like starts to rain. We're like, oh, that's great. It's getting super dark. Clouds are heavy. And then it starts to like pour. And we're like, okay, well, this probably isn't happening. Then all of a sudden it starts to hail.
We start hearing dink, dink, dink all over our RV. And we're like, is it hailing? Mind you, we had been at Tokety Falls earlier in the day and it was 80 degrees.
Right. And then all of a sudden now it's hailstorming. So we're like, okay, well, we're definitely not doing this sunset hike. So I'm like, okay, let's just leave so we can at least drive home in the light. Probably 20 minutes outside of Crater Lake Park, all of a sudden, the whole entire, everything we see is just white. It's a complete whiteout. There's hail and snow at the same time.
And it was sticking to the ground. So all of a sudden we're driving on white ground because it's covered in snow and hail.
Fresh tracks. Like there's obviously it's the middle of summer. There's no like snow plows out. There's no salt. We're driving in a hailstorm. And you know, this thing is not really meant for snow.
Baby's first snowstorm.
It was this baby's first snowstorm. And she did okay.
She did great. And so did Mama Trucker.
We slowed her right down, but she prevailed. We were planning on getting gas, so I pull over in this gas station during this hailstorm. And there's 2 bikers out there. This guy's like videotaping. We're like, what's going on? And he's like, that's Oregon.
Which is kind of funny and ironic that he was videotaping, but then saying it happens all the time. He was videoing it like it was a crazy thing that's happening. He's like, this happens all the time.
This gas station's like in the middle of nowhere because it's in the forest. And we pull up. This guy is acting insane.
It was really confusing.
Like he had to have just done a fat hit of crack right before we pulled in or something. He's like, they're coming. He's flying out there, wailing his arms like a windmill.
There's a car currently in the spot where we need to go, and he's yelling at us to not continue forward.
He's jumping in front of the car, screaming, no, stop, stop, stop. I'm like, how could I possibly go any further? Like, I'm just going to rail into the back of someone's car. He's got his hand up like a stop sign. Stop! I'm like, dude, I'm in park.
You were already stopped. Exactly.
Literally in park. It must have been a full serve because he's pumping the gas while making eye contact with me, telling me to make a loop around to the other side of the gas station so I could pull up to this other pump. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. So I'm turning around. He doesn't even finish pumping their gas, runs over and is telling me the lane of where I need to go. And mind you, there's one lane. Pump. There's 1 pump at this whole gas station. And he is flagging me, telling, go, stop this way now. Go. I'm like,
he says, all right, pull up till I tell you to stop. Just literally did not tell her to stop. No, she pulls fully through the station. She's no longer under the overhang, and he still hasn't said stop.
He's like, whoa, 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 back it up. I'm like, dude, you said pull up until I tell you to stop. I know where my gas tank is. If you just sat the fuck down, I could have just pulled up and you didn't have to be screaming and flailing.
We also would have gone around on our own. It's common sense.
It was all common sense, everything he was jumping around about. So, I pull past the gas pump, back it up, and then he fills it up, and then he's like, how much do you want? At this point, the gas is like almost $5 a gallon. So I'm like, do not fill it, please. We're just need enough to get home. And then he fills it up, and then he's like, credit card, can you open your window a little more? It's a fucking hailstorm, dude.
It was open probably halfway. There is no way. Like, that was the weirdest thing, being like, open your window a little bit more. He could have fit 4 arms length in there.
Right, I'm like, okay, let me open it up so I can just get pelted.
You hit it. It opened a tiny bit more. He's like, that's better.
So he's like, I give him the credit card, and then he has the credit card machine right out there, and he's like, all right, just need your signature, sign it like you're drunk or like you're in kindergarten.
He said it so fast, like he says it all day. Sign it like you're drunk or in kindergarten.
Don't care, just sign it. And I'm like, okay.
Can I sign it like normal?
I'm just like, okay, I just want to leave.
Scribbles
Thank you.
only.
So just weird happenings, I would say.
Weird happenings.
Crater Lake National Park.
We spent all of yesterday at Crater Lake National Park.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful national park, which is really centered around this big lake called Crater Lake.
Wait, where's our newspaper?
In the garbage.
Oh, I wanted to read the facts.
Oh, we can do it.
Yeah, grab it. Garbage picker. The park protects the deepest lake in the country, and one of the deepest in the world.
Yes.
It is the lake.
Wait, can I say it? I think I remember.
Yeah.
1,943 feet.
Yay!
Retention.
Must be nice. I don't know what that's like. The width of the lake is 6 miles. Its highest point is Mount Scott. This is all fucking boring. Why am I even reading this? It formed 7,000 years ago when a 12,000 foot tall volcano collapsed.
Huge volcano.
Following a major eruption. And the eruption was the largest in North America in the past 640,000 years.
Holy smokes.
And then later, eruptions formed Wizard Island, which is essentially a mini volcano inside the big volcano.
Yeah.
From the eruption, if you were to spread the ash evenly across the state of Oregon, it would be a layer 8 inches thick. That's a lot of fucking ash.
That's a lot of ash.
That's a lot of ash.
That's a nice ash. But it is huge.
It's really
big.
The
lake is huge.
You can take a boat tour out to Wizard Island, but flashbacks from Glacier National Park, we got on right at the time we were supposed to. The clock turned 9, sold out immediately.
Yeah, so you know what? We just scrapped it. We didn't really.
But it's a similar situation to Glacier because they're doing construction on the park. So you won't be able to get to Wizard Island or go down to Cleetwood Cove because they're doing construction starting at the end of September, I believe. Either be end of September, beginning of October, where you won't be able to access that trail for 3 years.
Yeah,
so 2028.
Chose a great time to come.
Mm-hmm. But that being said, a lot of people are trying to go to this park and see it before it closes for 3 years. So it's been really difficult to get tickets, I guess. That's really the only difficulty that we ran across, though.
Yeah, no, otherwise it's like, it's a small national park in comparison to the other ones. And it's really, everything is centered around the lake. And there's a lot of different trails, but there's like really only one main road, which is like the rim road. Rim rod.
The rim ride.
Apparently there's this thing called the rim ride that they do it 2 times per season where everyone comes with their bicycles and they do the whole rim trail, which I don't even know how many miles is actually.
50.
Oh, 50. Right.
The rim trail is like over 50 miles.
So everyone comes with their bikes and they do the rim trail.
We did end up doing the Cleetwood Cove Trail down to Crater Lake, jumping in, swimming a little bit. The water was absolutely beautiful. We've seen a lot of really beautiful water, but this was unlike any water we've come across.
It was like the sea.
It was crystal clear, so bright blue. When you were swimming in it, you saw your legs down to your toes clearly, as if it was you were just on land.
It was super bright blue, and just like thinking about the depth is like nuts, though.
You would know if you've listened to any of our podcasts. We love a good float.
Love to float.
Anywhere we can float, we try to float. And we swam out to the buoy and we're laying on the buoy, riding it like it's a horse, really just playing, floating as much as we could. And the park ranger comes flying down, screaming at the top of their lungs.
Literally.
You will get tangled and you will die.
She's like, it's real easy to get tangled up in there and drown. Like, okay, thank you.
So we were out there for a good 10, 15 minutes, though. We got a good float in.
Yeah, it was great because you couldn't touch there at all. It was 100 feet out, which is like the maximum, for the furthest you can go out when you swim.
And if you looked down at the buoy, the rope down there just went forever.
Yeah, and you could see it too. It's not like you could see the rope for a long time, but you couldn't see the bottom. I can't even imagine how deep that part was.
Just 100 feet in.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I tried opening my eyes underwater too, but the water was so cold that my eyeballs were frozen.
It wasn't as cold as Tokedy, but you could adjust, but it's not like you're swimming there all day.
Yeah, I felt really good when we were swimming in Crater Lake. It felt euphoric. But I've also noticed, which I don't know, doctors in the comments, I don't know if this is a thing. But every time I've been swimming in cold water lately, I come out and I'm really dizzy for a couple minutes.
And then I wonder, is she in shock?
She did wonder. She turned to me and said, do you think you could be in shock? After we'd been swimming for like 20 minutes.
It's my obsession. When we walked up to the top, someone I think actually was in shock because they were wrapped up in the tinfoil blanket. The trail is literally just completely straight up and down switchbacks the whole way for a mile. And the
switchbacks
rangers
normally help even it out. These switchbacks were all so steep.
The rangers say it's a 1 mile down, 11 miles back up, because it's equivalent to walking up 65 flights of stairs.
Yeah, the Cleetwood Cove Trail is no joke.
It's very strenuous. And
someone was pulled over throwing up.
Yeah, someone literally launched their freaking guts out right in front of us.
I hope she's doing okay.
And then someone else was on the stretcher wrapped up.
In the foil blanket. So that's why we
You don't
jump
get
to
wrapped up in 80 degrees unless you're in shock.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But if you're going to do it, all I recommend is that you're ready, because there were some people I don't think were equipped for it.
Shout out to the Blister Sisters / Summit Sisters that we met swimming at Crater Lake on the rocks.
Yep, we encouraged all of them to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a group from Idaho that they're in a hiking club. So they traveled to Crater Lake to do a little hiking trip.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're our biggest fans.
Yep. They call themselves the Summit Sisters, but they also gave us the tidbit of Blister Sisters, and that's what we love the most.
Yeah, so I think we're just gonna say Blister Sisters because we like it more. It's got a better ring.
Blister Sisters. And I get blisters. Any hike that we do, any size shoe. I've tried different size shoes. I've tried sock liners. I've tried Body Glide, and my foot just loves a blister.
I hear all about it.
And she's
my blister this, my blister that.
And she's so comforting. Her maternal instincts just kick right in.
I just want to comfort your blister.
I woke up one time to her rubbing my blister.
I was putting Neosporin and a Band-Aid on her blister.
I said, don't kiss it while I'm still sleeping. You're waking me up. Tickles.
You asked it.
We answer. First question. Have you illegally dumped?
Ooh. Ooh. I hope no law enforcement's listening.
Only in the Chicago River. Wait, wasn't that Dave Matthews Band?
We didn't dump anywhere.
No, I know. I was making a joke. I'm pretty sure Dave Matthews Band tour bus, there's this thing about how they dumped in the
Columbia River?
Some river.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was the one in Chicago.
Oh, I never heard that.
That's probably all false information. So
there's
comment down below if you know what happened with Dave Matthews Band and dumping illegally.
So when you have an RV, we'll get more into this later, but you have your tanks, and when you use the sink, all the water goes into the gray water tank, and then the toilet water goes into the black water. And illegal dumping means you're just emptying your tanks on the side of the road, which is highly illegal because it's just dirty. It's sewage water and dirty sink water.
Mm-hmm. The gray water has particles of food in it.
And
the black water is sewage.
Yeah, so really you're only supposed to dump at stations, at campgrounds, and parks, and whatever. And to answer the question, no.
Yes. No. We have not illegally dumped, and we never would.
We would never.
That's absolutely repulsive. And we love our earth.
Yes.
We hug trees when you feel
hug
like
a tree,
we need
you
to hug ourselves.
yourself.
When you hug a tree, you hug yourself. Next question. This is my favorite so far that we've gotten.
Okay, what?
What is the craziest story that someone you've met on the road has told you?
Well, there have been a lot of crazy stories, but there is one that takes the cake. I mean, the drama juice is dripping.
Why she confided in us? Because we have red hair and we look like sisters?
I guess she felt comfy.
We have been told that our energy is addictive. She was so addicted to our energy that she spilled her guts.
Her whole entire life to us.
At Harvest Host, we stay at farms a lot of the time because we stay at people's businesses. And one of the farms that we stayed at, we were chatting with one of the ranch hands.
Yes.
We'll call her.
Yeah. She took care of like the animals.
She was in her early 30s and naughty.
She was not, I don't even know how it even happened. But
it's been going on for 5 years.
It's been going on for 5 years.
It all started when I asked her if she lived in the house right on the ranch.
Oh, right.
And she basically spit the words out. No, that's Paul and his wife's house.
She sounded pissed.
I live up the road. So I said, come sit in our camper and tell us about your feelings. No, that's not how it happened. But we've been told that we know how to get information out of people and get them to tell us stuff that they don't tell
we make them
else.
Comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all of a sudden, an hour later, are spilling every single secret they've ever had. And then they're like, oh my God, why am I telling you this?
Mm-hmm. But it feels good to get it out.
Yeah. They like saying it, but they don't. Then they like almost regret it.
Yeah, there's been a couple times. So what she told us, this girl
cannot leave this podcast.
It cannot leave the internet. She has been fucking her boss, Paul, for 5 years.
5 years.
They work together during the day. The wife doesn't really do much on the farm. She has another job that she goes to. She comes around here and there, she was saying, but basically,
for the most part, she's not really around.
Right. So they spend their days together. They try to be secretive, obviously.
Obviously. She's having an affair with her husband.
Her boss. And get this, the boss is in his 60s.
So it's a triple whammy.
There's a couple more whammies, but
there's a massive age gap. He's married and he's her boss.
Mm-hmm. But she says that it's not just sex. They're in love.
I mean, can you really be in love with someone else's husband?
I don't know. What do you think?
I guess if his marriage is dead.
Another layer. She's been working for this couple for 5 years. So she's formed relationships with the family. So she babysits his grandkids. She goes out to dinner with them. She's invited in the house.
She does holidays with them.
They get her all these extravagant gifts every year.
She's at a crossroads because she wants to be with him, but she knows she can't because he's so much older. And it's she's still young. She's never been married, doesn't have kids. He's at his expiration date. And it's
any day now.
And any day now. Does Paul leave his wife to be with her to give her maybe 5 more good years?
Also taking away 5 of her precious years to be able to find a life partner.
Right. So she's at this crossroads, she doesn't want to leave Paul because she loves him and she feels what they have is special.
That's why us strangers coming from upstate New York who have a podcast, she trusted her life with because we don't know anyone that she knows besides Paul.
And then she tells us that he's been giving her thousands of dollars every month.
Because he loves her.
We can't tell. Is it because he loves her or he loves fucking her?
Mm-hmm. She thinks it's her personality.
She thinks it's just because that he likes her, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure the lines blur for him.
I think the lines are blurry for both of them, but it's this girl is a young woman who doesn't really have much. She probably gets paid shit on the ranch, and this guy is just using her to have sex with her and then giving her a lot of money.
She did want some advice that would come from someone that's not her sister.
Mm-hmm.
So we advised her to keep collecting on that.
You say, cash in up, Paul, baby.
We actually did not say that.
No, we would never say that.
To her face.
No. But we did actually say, keep cashing in that money.
We asked for some too for our trip. We just had to share it. I mean, the question fell at our feet.
I know. And we're not disclosing any names. No, none of the...
Paul's not actually his name.
No, he changed his name. We're not saying where it was. We're just sharing her story so other people out there can relate.
Next on our list is the Redwood National Forest.
Ooh. Big.
Red.
Tall.
Wide. I can't wait to hug that tree. I can't wait to hug myself.
I want to get a whole group around and try and hug a tree.
I think we can collect them.
Mm-hmm. If you're allowed to touch them.
To people?
We have to find people who want to get touched.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's it for we're closing in on our 4th episode.
Yes, it's only going to get juicier from here. We've got a lot of sketchy material coming up.
This is the longest I've committed to anything.
Sorry for your exes.
Love you guys. All right. Bye.
Bye. He wakes up in the morning.
We're going to get charged for that.